give that to Captain.
They told me right then, said, if you want to, you can draw $500 straight out.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Kearney's already put the fingers.
Morning. I'd like to call to order the Barron County Fiscal Court. This is September 18th, 2018. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Sean Dennyfield.
Here.
Trent Riddle.
Here.
Carl Dickerson.
Here.
Jack London.
Here.
Gary Gillen.
Here.
Charles Allen.
Here.
Billy Houch.
Here.
Michael Hale.
Here. Thank you very much. Adoption of today's orders. We need to add a few things to this that's come in. The sheriff, we need to add the public officials bond, the recreation department request for PO for fall ball uniforms, an appointment of the IDA Economic TVA Fund, which is there to be a resolution that you all have in your packet. We have Secretary David Dickerson here to report on Frankfurt happenings. Also, a repair to our courthouse elevator. This is AOC reimbursed, and we have a truck that's broke down in the road department that is in need for repairs and will be over the 3,000 mark, so we'll have to take some type of action on that today. I'll entertain a motion to accept the orders of today.
Make that motion. Second.
Master House and second by Master Allen. Questions, discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Thank you very much. Invocation today will be given by Master Jack London.
Alan Jones is here, and he's one of the ministers of South Green Church of Christ. And it's this time Alan will give the invocation.
First of all, I'd like to thank Judge Hale and Jack London and the rest of this court for the opportunity to lead our this meeting in prayer. I appreciate that very much, and thankful that we can still do that. You know, a place, you know, in our world that we can still have prayer. So, if y'all pray with me. Almighty God, at this time as we approach your throne through the humble avenue of prayer, we're so thankful that we get to meet together in a place that we can pray to you and ask for your guidance, your direction, and your comfort without fear of man or government. We're so thankful that we can petition you and ask you to please guide us. As we read about in Acts chapter 5, verse 29, that we're to obey God rather than men. We pray that this body, as they seek to make decisions for Glasgow, Barron County, that they will be made with a vision on you, with their one eye on you and ears, and seeking to do your will as we try to strive to continue the progress that we have in our community. We ask you to please be with those who are not here today. We know that while this is a governing body, we know that it's comprised of humans, and humans have challenges, health issues. We know that many family members that are connected to these men and women here today are dealing with challenges. We ask you to please be with them as they seek to battle their health issues. We're so thankful for brilliant doctors, nurses, and wonderful caregivers who are helping these family members of those who are represented here today. As we move forward, we ask you to always continue to extend that grace to us. We pray that we will have patience with others. We pray that we will, as we read about in James, that we will be quick to hear and slow to speak, slow to wrath. We pray that we'll continue to listen and remember that we're all made in the image of God. As we move forward, we ask you to help us remember that we all fall short and we're all sinful people and we make mistakes, and we ask you to please forgive us of those sins as we do fail you often. We ask all this in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Stand for the pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone this morning, especially our public officials, elected officials. Secretary David Dickerson, thank you for being here. Taylor Bellamy, Warner Gibson, Sheriff King, appreciate, and Ms. Joanne London for sure. Thank you all for being here. And guests, if you haven't been here before, welcome. I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes August 21st, 2018 and September 10th, 2018.
So moved.
Master Gillen.
Second.
Master London. Any corrections, deletions, questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Thank you very much. Announcement, does any district have any announcements in their respective districts they'd like to share with the court?
I do, Judge. Cave City Proud Days is coming up this Friday and Saturday. Friday they will be having vendors set up and a 5K glow run. And they'll have live music with Nightfall at 7 p.m. and Saturday have vendors children's parade at 10. That's a lot of fun if you have small children. Have Cave Country Pedal and Paddle. There's a lot of going on. Karaoke contests, hillbilly science shows, live music, still country, red shadow, and down-home games such as sack races. And let's see, there is a pancake fry. Country breakfast, September 22nd, 7 to 10 at the community building. Sponsored by the Cave City Volunteer Fire Department and Governor Kiwanis. $5 in advance, $6 at the door. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Anyone else have anything?
Beckton Community Center is having a meal and cakewalk this Saturday, the 22nd. All candidates are invited. We're expecting a big crowd. Hope everyone can come.
Okay.
That's Saturday,
Okay, thank you very much. Here's what I have on the calendar. We have Arts and Crafts will be this Saturday, the 22nd, here on the square. Also, the 23rd, Brawl is putting together Strut Your Mutt. That's something they do annually. Don't forget Shindig on the Square, which will be a week from today. It's from 5 to 8. And also the very important roller coaster yard sale on Highway 63. That will be the first weekend of October. Okay, we'll move right on into reports. Okay, thank you very much. I just kind of wanted to give the court an update on economic development, workforce development in Barron County. I truly don't think that the word is actually getting out in our community on exactly our growth in Barron County. So I've just put together a little bit. Now keep in mind, these are just things that I have been involved myself. I know Master Dickerson, he's going to speak about something that he's been involved with, but I'm like I say, I haven't been involved with that. So anyway, here we go. Our existing expanding companies here in Barron County, Federal Mogul is, you can see, $8.6 million investment in our county, which created 25 new jobs. D&B Trucks and Equipment, I'm pretty sure that number has went up since these statistics went in, but that has created at least 50 new jobs. They are renting space pretty much all over the county just so they can get more trucks and equipment in to work on. But that is a local folks right there, and they're doing a very good job in our county. Lennox Labeling, that was a small company here in the city limits of Glasgow that wanted to expand. They are now breaking ground for it to be in the industrial park, and you can see the investment, $590,000, with the creation of 10 new jobs. I think they were employed about 6 or 7 originally, so they're moving forward. Amneal Pharmaceuticals, that $3 million, I'm pretty sure is a lot more than that. I just don't have the latest statistics on that, but the creation of 25 new jobs, folks, that right there is going to go up. They now have 3 facilities in Barron County. They are wanting to put all those facilities under one roof, and obviously we don't have a facility big enough to put all those under one roof. So the future is very bright. BR Tire, like I said, we just announced that. That is a very unique company, very financially strong company, $6.6 million investment, the creation of 75 new jobs on top of what they already have. So Froge Machine Shop, they wanted to expand over here. 2 reasons. Transportation logistics. They wanted to be closer to our bypass and I-65, so we've made that happen. They've pretty much funded things on their own. Another reason why they wanted to expand is they really liked our aggressiveness in state apprenticeships. So we've got them set up now with, well, it's not official, but we're moving through that. Creation of 10 new jobs. That is machine tool. QMS, if everyone knows Mr. Jerry Reams, or Jimmy Reams, excuse me, he'd been working out of a building, very small building, for several years. He is now in a 10,000 square foot facility in our industrial park. That's a $1.2 million investment with the creation of 6 new jobs. Pretty sure that he may be flirting with the 10 on that one. Those are existing companies. New companies that have came in. Express Logistics. This is a janitorial manufacturing safety company that they sell a lot of safety equipment and things such as that. We welcome them to the community as well. That's a $1 million investment in jobs created. My Visual Package. This company here, very unique company. Anything that has to do with marching band equipment, uniforms, this company right here is doing that, and they're doing a lot of business now with states in southern United States. So we definitely welcome that to our county. Hobby Dye and Reed, that came in early in 2015. They have surpassed their 13 hires. I think they're up to about 20. Alliant Technology, very unique company. Right now, Alliant Technology, they are sharing space with Spantech. They build control panels, electrical panel boxes for conveyor belts. Well, Spantech builds conveyor belts. We were first introduced to these folks at a apprenticeship seminar in Louisville, and by the Deputy Commissioner of Labor then under Secretary Ramsey, and they were also interested in state apprenticeships. And his comment was, Barron County's being very aggressive in state apprenticeships. I think you should check them out. So basically, another selling point with this company, our students at the ATC were working on electrical panel boxes. So we loaded some of those boxes up and took them to Louisville and showed them exactly what they were working on. And they mimicked kind of what they were making. So basically, we started sending these kids resumes to this company to hire once they opened up down here. And we have several kids that have graduated, that is working with them. Very strong company. They are with Spantech now. They plan to build in our industrial park to make a permanent home here because they were wanting to expand in South Central Kentucky. So we've got them. TWB, they're a huge company. If you ever Google TWB, they are in with J&N, which was formerly known as Fortis Manufacturing. They're going through an expansion now. I have no numbers on that. Way I understand it, we'll have one of the biggest stamping presses east of the Mississippi, located in J&N. TWB, they are a partner company, and they stamp Ford products, Ford Motor products. They put them to TWB. They do the robotic welding, and that's kind of how they're linked together. But a $7.6 million investment, creation of 12 jobs. Very stout company. 3A Composites, they didn't expand, they just bought new equipment, $8.4 million equipment. So they really like the area, and created 2 new jobs on that one. So total investment for our county, you're looking at 40+ million. Creation of new jobs, 298 new jobs. You know, we already had about 300 to 350 open jobs in 2015. We've narrowed that gap by creating opportunities for our young people, not only our young people, but adults in our community that had lost their job, maybe through Dana or other companies that had closed up. And we narrowed that gap, but hey, that gap, we're back. We're back at about 350. But as you can see, the wages are very, very competitive to other counties. You know, the lowest 14, the highest 28. And so I'm be pretty proud about that. Here's our industrial park. Also in 2015, we only had Omnicare. Here's J&N, which is Forest Manufacturing at the time, and TWB's in with them. Then we had the spec building here. Amneal Pharmaceutical has purchased this spec building. That is their 3rd facility. QMS Jim Ream is located right here. Atmos Energy, they were looking for a place to go, even talking about going west of us, and so we reached out to them to keep them here, and they're in the industrial park. Here's Lennox Labeling. They've already broke ground on Lennox Labeling. Alliant Technology, they're going here. They have not broke ground yet, but they did say within a year they would be breaking ground. And then BR Tire, they're going here at the Build Ready site, all the way down on the end of the left. As you can see, we're basically out of land, except for this one little parcel right here, which is just a hillside. And basically that industrial park has filled up since 2015. Moving forward, this here is something that I know that I talked about in 2014, wanted to create an industrial park in Cave City. That has come to reality. We had a family to donate 50 acres of land to the Cave City City Council, and in the creation of this park. Right here is your convention center, Cave City Convention Center. We did receive some money from Frankfurt, $600,000, to create a turning lane from Highway 90 through 70, and right here is where the tourist building is. For your information, it'll go right to there. The family requested keeping this little area right here for future hotel that may incorporate with the industrial park. So good setup, industrial park, convention center, hotel. So very proud of that, the progress over there. Workforce development. Of course, I'm sure Secretary Dickerson probably going to speak a little bit about this. He had a huge hand in a lot of this. Here's our existing ATC building. And obviously it was just this, the word in the community was we built a new football stadium. Well, they did. But also inside this facility are classrooms. You have state-of-the-art culinary, engineering. Also, this little area here where the dirt, they have not built that yet. That will be the diesel program, which will be a big game changer for our, not only our county but our region. A lot of folks fought for this right here, and you know, this could have went anywhere, but they decided Barron County, and very appreciative that it's here. Having a diesel program like this, being an agricultural county, that's a great fit. Great fit. Apprenticeship programs, 4 officially state certified, obviously Barron County government, J&N as we spoke, Barron County schools and culinary, and then Spantech was definitely a leader, as they always are. We're working on ongoing co-ops, job shadowing. Like I say, we're partnering. We've got several partners for the diesel program once it gets built that they want to bring mechanics in and hopefully invest in them. Interap skills. This here is something that we've been working on over a year now. It is a coding certification, a 12-week program. Now, it's not just set up for students, it's also set up for adults as well. We have 39 that is in class now. And basically, if you take your cell phone out, they do things such as create apps for cell phones. They do IT work for big companies. And the goal here, and this is also an office that was in Louisville, and he wanted to expand South Central Kentucky. We made several trips up to several announcements that he had, and we got to be pretty close. Very good working relationship. And Mr. Ankur Gopal is a guy with a big vision. His goal is to bring IT jobs up from Nashville, Atlanta. Another reason for this is if you have young people or people that has been displaced from work, they can work from their computer, working for an IT company in Atlanta, designing things for people in Germany. So very unique, very diverse, very diverse. This right here is now taking place at the new CTE in that room right there. So we, like I say, we have 39 enrolled in that. So as I said, I just kind of want to bring everyone up to date on where we're at, kind of where we're going, and obviously we've run out of land, and I'm pretty sure Cave City will definitely be our focus now on that industrial park. So I appreciate the opportunity. Next, I want to introduce Mr. David Dickerson. He is the Secretary. He is the Secretary, Department of Labor. He is formerly the Barron County Judge Executive, Barron County, and Mr. Dickerson was appointed by Governor Bevin December 15, 2015 to the Protection Cabinet. And I want to say that when we went through the voting on alcohol in our county, he is someone that we reached out to help us get things set up, because that falls under his cabinet. But he has more responsibilities than just that. So, Mr. Dickerson, thank you for being here, and the podium's yours, sir.
Thank you, Judge. You all forgive me for a minute. Most of my time spent with Barron County Fiscal Court's on your side of the dais rather than over here. As you all may recall, I spent 5 years there as county judge executive, and there were 5 really, really good years, and I think we were able to accomplish a good deal of things for the community with regard to industrial development, as the judge talked about today, as well as some other things that we were able to do. I do appreciate the opportunity to be here with you today, and I'll try to be as brief as possible with the remarks that I have for you today. As the judge mentioned, I was appointed Secretary of the Public Protection Cabinet in December 2015, which involves the Department of Financial Institutions, Department of Insurance, and I forget all my children. I love them all, but some of them just need more attention than others. So if you'll forgive me. But then we also have the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission in that group. We have the Alcohol Beverage Control Department in that group, along with 4 other different departments that are all touch the lives of every Kentuckian every single day. In my cabinet, the PPC, when I was there, we made it a focus. You see that I'm not a barber apprentice. Actually, these scissors mean that we cut red tape. It's one of the things that we're all about in Frankfort. We've cut over 20% of the regulations that were on the books in PPC the first 2.5 years we've been there. Let's Kentuckians live their lives more freely. Let's them operate without the heavy yoke of government intervention in a lot of cases. So that's something that we focus on all the time at Public Protection, or that the Cabinet still focuses on, and there will be some announcements forthcoming in the next few days about some interesting software technology that's become available to us that will allow us to more speedily review and eliminate regulations that aren't appropriate. One of the ones that I like to talk about, there are a couple really that I want to share with you in these brief moments. One of them has to do with alcohol beverages. We had a reg on the books that said any purveyor of alcohol beverages who had a license could go to any express or freight depot with their cart, wagon, or truck and pick up their alcohol to take back to their establishment. Well, I don't know a lot of people that haul on carts, wagons, and trucks anymore unless it's the tobacco wagons that I met coming into town today, which is still a big part of Barron County's life and Barron County's history. Not many people pick up alcohol on carts. We got rid of that. That just didn't make any sense for it to take up ink and paper in a book. Then the other one that you may have heard, any of y'all, if y'all ever had children that watched WWE, or if you were ever a child who watched WWE, you know that World Wrestling Entertainment's a big business. We had a rule in the Kentucky Boxing and Wrestling Commission, which was part of PPC, that said if you had a live event, you had to stop the live event in the event that anybody got cut. Well, as you all know, a lot of times at WWE, somebody gets cut. I mean, there's blood. You can't have a live event when you stop it just like this, like you would a basketball game or something of that sort to clean up a player, because it's not conducive to the entertainment experience. We eliminated that, and we immediately recruited a number of events with WWE, had Evander Holyfield, former world champion boxer, bring 2 events into Kentucky, and we continue to grow combat sports just because of that one rule change. Just one. And it made millions of dollars in economic development and difference by getting rid of one useless regulation. So I know that fiscal court does some things with regulations and some things with ordinances. I want to encourage you, and that's the focus of my remarks here today to you, is to encourage you to do things that just make good common sense, that you don't really need to do, that's going to prohibit people from living their lives freely in a way that is able to develop the community the way you'd like to have them go. Before I came down here, my new job with the Labor Cabinet involves not apprenticeships anymore, because during a reorganization by executive order the governor signs, the apprenticeship piece went to Education and Workforce Development with my colleague Secretary Ramsey, my predecessor at the Labor Cabinet. But one of the things that we do, we try to make it better for folks to come to Kentucky, for folks to operate, to let them know the opportunities that they have with the Education and Training Department of Kentucky Occupational Safety and Health. We want to make that the focus. We want Kentucky Safe, KY Safe. If you haven't heard of it, write it down. KY Safe is going to be the focus of the Kentucky Labor Cabinet over the tenure that I have, however long that may be. We're going to talk to our industries about how to make a safe workplace, how to keep their workers safe, thereby keeping people on the job, eliminating the need to train new workers in the case of an injury, which are sometimes still going to happen. But we want to keep workers on the job, and in the long run, that benefits every industry in the Commonwealth. It benefits all the workers in the Commonwealth if they have a reasonable expectation to go to that job site, work safely, return home that evening, take that check home, cash it, and help provide for their families. So that's our primary focus. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to get rid of the compliance part. There's still a need for compliance because, believe it or not, there are bad actors. Sometimes folks just don't want to do it the right way. But we're going to remove that punitive focus, and we're going to try to educate our folks to make sure that we do things correctly on the front end rather than having to rely on punitive measures on the back. I want to add a little bit to the judge's presentation. I had no idea that we were going to be so close in what we were going to talk about. One of the things that came to my attention the last couple of weeks was a report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which comes to my desk, that indicated in the Barron River Area Development District there are 10 counties, you all know. One county lost manufacturing jobs in the period of 2010 to 2017. Judge Greer's last term, Judge Hale's term here. Barron County lost over 500 manufacturing jobs. That jumped right out the page at me, right off the page. I mean, that was shocking to see that because I know in the past Barron County has made it a focus to develop its manufacturing base, whatever that may be. So I talked to the folks at Economic Development. So I'd like to know the announcements that we've had. What are we doing with manufacturing jobs? What have we been able to accomplish? I said I want fiscal year 2018, which is from July the 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2018. So some of the judges' information is a little bit more up to date for Barron County specific than mine, simply because we haven't been able to record the announcements yet. The dollars are similar. I have a record of 9 announcements, $15 million. That didn't include BR, which gets you the 20. Manufacturing jobs, new manufacturing jobs, is total about 97 by my statistics. And as I say, that's through June the 30th. 120 jobs total. Now you have more on there because you have more recent information from the county. But I want to emphasize to you this: service and technology jobs will make you a living. The only way you make an economy is with manufacturing. You have to build something. You have to add value. Now, does that mean you want all black smokestack buildings or industries? No, you don't want all black smokestacks. You can do things like the Alliant Technology deal. It's kind of a high-tech service technology / manufacturing hybrid. Judge mentioned that. I remember several conversations with the economic development folks that came here with Alliant, and trust me, in Frankfort, we promote Barron County every time we get a chance. We don't fool around. We don't wait. What have you got? What's going on there? What are they interested in? And they kept talking about Alliant. I had a number of conversations with leadership here, particularly Mayor Doty, who was very interested in Alliant technology. And so we were able to kind of push from our end to bring that to fruition. However, the final decision rested with Alliant. Because this community is what it is, they decided to locate here, which is great. It's the kind of thing that you really want to see to come to your community. Links labeling is another one that you really want to see. From a broader macroeconomic perspective, I want to share something with you that I think is exceptionally important for this time in the life of Kentucky. In 2.5 years, the Bevin administration has recruited $16.7 billion in new industry. That's billion with a B. 45,791 new jobs. In 2017, we had a $9 billion year. That's an all-time record. That's more than any other 2 years prior combined from any administration, ours or any other. We had an announcement this past week of Nucor Steel expanding their plant up in northern Kentucky, of $650 to $850 million expansion. These are big deals. Nucor is one of the premium steel manufacturers in the United States. They were highlighted in a book by an author named Jim Collins several years ago called Good to Great. We want good to great. If you all ever listen to the Bevin administration or any of us that go out into the state and talk about it, then you've heard the governor particularly speak about Kentucky becoming the engineering and manufacturing center of excellence in the country. If you think about Europe and somebody asks you about manufacturing and engineering excellence, who do you think of? Think about Europe. Who do you think of? Germans, maybe? If you go to Asia, you think about the Japanese. If you come to the United States, you have 50 different locations. You can have the Research Triangle in North Carolina. You can have Atlanta. You can have up north in Michigan. But we want it to be Kentucky. And everything that this administration is doing, it's doing to try to recruit engineering and manufacturing excellence to the Commonwealth. One of the things that I really want to emphasize to you in particular here in Barron County is that no single county can expect to develop on its own anymore. It just is almost impossible to do. The Brady Industries job that you all may have heard about, well, if you don't get any newspaper down here but the Courier-Journal, you've never heard a word about it, but I'll tell you a little bit about it. They were recruited to Greenup County, Kentucky. It's a greenfield aluminum rolling plant that's going to be state-of-the-art, nothing like it in this world when it comes to operation. They're going to locate under a building of 1 million square feet. That's 25 acres under roof. They're going to roll aluminum that is so pure that it can be used in every aircraft, every defense industry, anything where you need the purest grade of aluminum, you'll be able to get it from Brady Industries over in Greenup, Kentucky. That was a 5-county effort to recruit that plant. 5 counties, not one, not Boyd, not Greenup, not any of the counties around them. It took all 5 counties to get, and they worked in lockstep with one another to get that so that everybody would have benefits from it. It's going to be a huge development. They've sold their production out already 7 years in advance, and they haven't rolled one piece of aluminum yet. Their sales are already sold out 7 years. They go to different shows around the world and help recruit businesses to Kentucky. Now, I don't know whether you're going to get a Brady in Glasgow or Barron County or Warren County or Simpson, but I can promise you this, you won't get it unless there's cooperation among every level of government within this region, every single level. And so the encouragement that I want to give to you today is to recognize that you have colleagues around the Barron River Area Development District or around South Central Kentucky that are in the same spot you're in. They'd like to have some manufacturing plants. They'd like to have a greenfield aluminum mill or something of that equivalent. There's a really nice one down in Bowling Green, Warren County, not too far from here, that I attended an opening in a tour with Governor Bevin back in 2016. It's an amazing facility. You ought to go look at it sometime. Take time to go down there and look and see what some of these other folks are doing. Learn from their playbook and get it done here. I will promise you that once you have a fish on the hook, that anybody at the Economic Development Cabinet will help you set that hook and drag that fish in. Because what we want are people to come to Kentucky to bring jobs, to bring investment, to bring their tax base, to make us what you all and what we all want to become. And that's the Center for Engineering and Manufacturing Excellence. Don't try to do it by yourself. You have friends that want to help you. You have your cell phone with you? I do. Dial my number, if you don't mind. I hope you got it. My feelings are going to be hurt if you don't. Folks that want to help you. You really do. We want to help you. All of us want to help you. Now, does that mean you're going to get everything you ask for? No. Doesn't mean you're going to get everything you ask for. But it means that if we work cooperatively together, we have a lot better chance of getting you where you want to be. I hope you all are all going to attend the opening of the Advanced Technology Center a little bit later on today. But 10:30? 10:30. So I'm going to hush because we got schedules to meet. So I hope all you all will attend that, because this is an example of cooperation not only among government entities but private individuals. I mean, I saw Barron County's application. It was excellent. Mr. Iacone and Superintendent Matthews did a great job of presentation. It was scored. I think Barron County was granted the second largest dollar amount among all the $60 or $70 million that were granted that time. And the reason that it was because they had an excellent application, very well presented, that showed full and complete cooperation among every entity that signed on to it. And that's what it takes. You want big things, you want to do big things, you can do big things. Everybody can do big things, but you have to be inclusive. You have to make sure that everybody comes to the table. Keep people informed. You never know where you're going to get that one little nugget that's going to push you across the finish line to get you the thing you want above all else. So please feel free, stay in contact with us. I know the judge will. I'm confident he will. We want to help. That's what we're there for. We're not there for our health. We want to help. So please, feel free. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. You're always welcome to Barron County Fiscal Court. Okay, we have the jailer. Melvin.
Thank you, Judge. I'll be a little bit more briefer than Mr. Dickerson. Start with my count today. We have 1 from Allen County. We have 77 of our own county inmates. We have 6 from drug court. 1 from Hardin County, 1 from Logan, 16 from Metcalf, 25 from Monroe, and 118 state inmates. On that, we had our second state inspection last week. I haven't got the report on it yet, but jail inspector, he had nothing but good things to say on his exit, so hopefully we'll get that report this coming week. Look for good things in it. We participated in the Lakeshore cleanup this past weekend. I took 22 inmates and 5 deputies with myself. Turned out to be a really good day there. We didn't have no rain, and we had a little bit over 300 volunteers. It was really nice. And I want to recognize 2 of my deputies this morning, Bonnie Reinhardt and Troy Edwards. They were selected for the Chamber Leadership Program this year. They do an excellent job, and I'm glad they got selected. That's all I have, Judge.
Any questions?
I have a comment for you. I went down to we went down to the state park Saturday night for dinner with some friends. We ran into some people there that was talking about that there's a lot of people there from the Lakeshore cleanup. Got a lot of compliments on you and your staff and the inmates at work, and their personalities and their attitudes, and just what a wonderful job they do.
They done an excellent job. I appreciate it. Now, I'm obviously in the field that we don't get a lot of compliments, so when we get them, it's nice to hear.
They said that the only thing they said was just slow us boat down. We ain't in no hurry.
No, they wasn't. They enjoyed it. Thank y'all.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, fiscal court committees, building and property committee, Master Gillen.
We had a meeting scheduled this morning, but it didn't happen because the material we had to cover didn't arrive in time, so we'll have that next week. It was on the signs entering and leaving Barron County. It was concerning that.
Okay, thank you. Transportation committee, Master Riddle.
We have 3 items of business to tend to. The first one, we're going to talk about the Windermere Way Bridge project. We received 1 bid from Scott and Murphy, and that bid, we opened the bid, and the bid was $223,550 to replace the Windermere Bridge. And $30,000 of that is to come off because it is for the stone veneer that if they choose to do so, the residents and of the subdivision there will pay for that. The county will not be responsible to pay for that. So the total price to the county is $193,000 to demolish the existing bridge and install a new one. And so what we did was we're going to make the Transportation Committee is going to make a recommendation that we accept this bid. We want to reserve the right to, the bid has been given to Richard Tudd at American Engineers. He's going to review the bid and compare it with his specifications and with his bid documents, and if it is approved by him and if it's in line with his bid documents, and we're going to recommend that we accept this bid from Scott and Murphy for $193,000.
Is that your motion?
That is my motion.
Okay, have a motion.
Second.
Second, Master Bettyfield.
Yes.
Any questions, discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed. Thank you. Next.
Item number 2 was some surplus equipment. We had a bush hog to sell, and we have a truck to sell. We had 3 participants, three folks that bid on this surplus equipment. I'm not going to go through all those. I'm just going to name you the high bidders. The high bid for the dump truck was R&R Towing, and the high bid for the bush hog was also R&R Towing. The high bid on the dump truck was $2,600. The high bid on the bush hog was $3,600. Seems like that this is not a lot of money compared to what we gave for those pieces of equipment, but we believe that is in the best interest of the court to sell these at this time. So it is our recommendation that we accept these 2 bids.
Okay, we have a motion.
Make that motion.
Now we have a motion. I need a second.
Second.
Second, Master Gillen. Questions, discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Next.
Item number 3 is the low water ford on Crabtree Road. We had sent out and invited some local contractors to do some design build quotes. We received 3 design build quotes from local contractors here. We're not able to come to a recommendation at this time on this, and we're going to have to schedule another meeting and talk about this a little more in depth. So at this time, we're not going to take any action on this.
Okay. Next.
Next is, we didn't discuss this in our meeting, but I think you added it to today's agenda, is Siloam Road. And what we've got here, I think that all the magistrates have a copy of this letter from the Commonwealth of Kentucky from the Transportation Department. What we've got is, and I met with the judge this morning about 7:30, a little earlier than that, and we talked about this and several ways to do things. Well, what we've got is basically we're getting $78,000, getting $78,730 from the state to do the drainage repair on Siloam Road, which is a good number. We're very proud of this number. There's several people worked hard to get this funding, but the bids are coming in for a lot more than this, and I think that is just because of the fact that there's a lot of work going on right now, and these guys are pretty busy. So what the judge and I talked about this morning is trying to do the majority of this work in-house, and he has volunteered to oversee this and to kind of take the lead on it. And so it is my recommendation that we move forward and get started on this immediately, knowing that we're going to do it with equipment in-house from the County Road Department.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
Second, Master Dickerson. Questions, discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Next.
That's all we have.
We've got the truck repair
So what?
on the truck we've got in the shop.
You'll have to talk about it. I don't know nothing else.
Jeremy, you want to explain that? Basically what it is, we've got a truck that's broke. It's going to be over the 3,000 mark to repair, so we're going to have to take action on getting that fixed because it is over the $3,000.
We got a truck we sent to International last week. It went down. It just had a starting issue, wouldn't start, so I had it towed to International. I called yesterday to try to get a solid figure. They couldn't give me one. Called back this morning. He just let me know that it would be over our $3,000 mark. He couldn't tell me for sure because he didn't know how many more hours he's going to put in on it, or how many more parts he was going to have to put on the truck to get it to where we could use it. So just saying this, you know, we're going to have a repair bill for over $3,000 here in the next probably week or so. So we just need some kind of motion to pay this bill, or to let y'all know that it's coming up, or you know, or it will be coming next court meeting, you know. But I'm gonna have to sign off on this bill that it's gonna be over $3,000. So it's 2000 and I think it's 2008 International that we have. But we gotta have the truck. I mean, it's no question.
I move that we make the necessary repairs to this truck, get it back in operation.
I'll second that, Judge.
We have a motion, Master Riddle, second Master Dickerson. Questions, discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jeremy. Okay, departmental report. Sheriff, you're up.
Judge, members of the court, I only have one item before us, is to talk about the procurement process and advertising for bids for new patrol vehicles. We need to try to get started on that early. It generally takes us several weeks to get a vehicle here, ordered, equipped, and ready to go. So, just like to request to start that process, please.
Entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Benfield, second Mr. Allen. Question, discussion. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Public officials bond for the Sheriff's Department. I think we've talked about this every year. Shall we increase it? We've got coverage 2.5. This is for tax collection, and I think we've discussed whether or not we need to raise that or not.
Make a motion that we leave it like it is.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. Motion by Master Riddle, second by Master Dickerson. Questions, discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Thanks, Sheriff. Recreation Department.
Good morning. I'm here to request a PO for the fall ball uniforms and equipment, baseballs, things like that. I got them all at one place this year in county, so I need a PO for the amount of $6,477.30.
I'll make that motion.
Master Benfield. Second by Master Allen. Questions, discussion?
Is the uniform staying about the same as they were last year?
Yes.
Per unit, per uniform?
Well, yeah, the prices they're a little bit lower, but I had a big discussion over where the parents wanted caps, so I provided caps and visors this time. That's different. That's the only thing different. Plus, every year I try to buy a few more catcher's gear for T-ballers. T-ballers got 9 teams of T-ballers. It's hard to keep. It's all added into one. And the staff shirts and caps.
Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Thanks, Charles.
Thank you.
Okay, approve the repairs on the elevator of the courthouse. Once again, we have to take action on this. This is AOC reimbursed to the county.
Move that we repair the elevator, Judge. We got a price on it, or we have to bid it, or you already got the price?
Should be.
It's on there. It's on there.
Okay. We have a motion, Master Dickerson.
Second.
Second, Master Houchins. Questions, discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Old business, ordinance 615 related to the Budget Amendment 1. Open this up for a public hearing for comments. Close the public hearing, adopt on second reading, entertain a motion.
So moved.
Master Gillen. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Master Allen. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Ordinance 616 related to the 2018 S2 supplement for Code of Ordinances. Open that up for a public hearing as well. Comments? Close public hearing, adopt on second reading. Entertain a motion.
Make that motion.
Master Houchins.
Second.
Second, Master Gillen. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. New business, approved payments of claims as presented.
So moved.
Master Allen.
Second.
Second, Master London. Questions, discussion?
How much money do we have right now on hand this month?
Treasurer?
Which fund? Which fund?
Just the general fund?
In the general fund, after today's bills, will probably be around 400,000. Plus, we haven't received clerk's fees as of yet. When the court meeting began, put it up 460 free balance.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Questions, discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Approved transfer of funds.
Make that motion.
Master Gillen.
Second.
Second, Master Houchins. Questions, discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Approved budget adjustment.
So moved.
Master Dickerson.
Second.
Second, Master Gillen. Questions, discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Approved monthly financial statement, August 2018, subject to audit.
So moved.
Master Allen.
Second.
And Master Houchins. Questions, discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Approve official settlement, August the 2018, subject to audit, the county attorney. county clerk, and the sheriff.
I'll make that motion.
Master London,
Second.
second Master Gillen. Questions, discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed. Personnel actions.
So moved.
Master Couchins,
Second.
second Master Allen. Questions, discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Appointments, Barron County Cemetery Board, I'd like to reappoint Sandy Gorin, start October the 7th, 2018, will run October 7th, 2022. Entertain a motion.
I will make that motion, Judge.
Second.
Master Allen, second Master Couchins, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Acknowledge receipt of 2018 tax rates, Glasgow Independent Schools, Barron County, and Caverna.
Motion?
Master Riddle,
Second.
second Master Dickerson, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Cities, Park City and Cave City.
So moved.
Master Dickerson,
Second.
second Master Gillen, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Appointment of the IDA Economic TVA funds. This is what the TVA funds will be a pass-through. They will be going to the Economic Development Cabinet, or Economic Development Board locally, and we had to do a resolution, and we need to acknowledge this resolution.
Motion, Judge.
Master Dickerson.
Second.
Second Master Houchins. Question and discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Dickerson, Allen. We're adjourned. Thank you very much.
You gotta be there when you get 30, Judge.
Yes.